Hi, I'm Jen.
And I'm Greg.
And welcome to Flights or Growlers. This episode was filmed in September 2021, and I'm really excited today because we are here at
Disneyland
and Disney's California Adventure for a special episode.
We're going to be going into Oga's Cantina in the Star Wars land, Galaxy's Edge, and also to the Pimm Tasting Lab, which is part of the Avengers campus
at California Adventure.
Yep.
Very exciting. We made our way back to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, the planet of Batuu, Black Spire, Outpost. I don't know how much I'm supposed to say on the full name. Anyway, we were able to get same-day reservations for Oga's Cantina, which is pretty unusual in Florida, but here in California, magic happened and we were able to do that. There was still a little bit of a wait outside, but they did accommodate us for a breakfast reservation.
Yeah, I think we had like a 10 a.m. reservation. There were a lot of rules that you had to follow to go into this bar. It's mostly standing room. You had to be over 21 years old. There's a maximum of 2 drinks per guest, and I believe they gave us a 45-minute time limit.
So they do offer a flight. At the time of this recording, it was $86, and that gave you 4 4-ounce pours. It also included a souvenir Rancor beer flight board with 4 Rancor teeth. If you're familiar with Star Wars, the Rancor is the big monster that lives in Jabba the Hutt's floor, I guess. Okay. What we decided to do, however, was to go with the full-size drinks because 4 of the full-size drinks were $58 as opposed to $86.
Yeah.
There is a 2-drink maximum per person, but that was fine because that gave us all 4 beers. And so we saved a little bit of money on the flight. These are Disneyland prices, of course, but we were able to save a little bit of money on the flight, and I did not care that I did not get to take home that Rancor souvenir board with the Rancor teeth. If that's something you want, you will have to pay that higher price for the flight.
Right.
The first beer we tried was the Squad Leader Golden Ale. This is actually brewed by Blue Point Brewing Company, and it had a nice citrus lemony nose. The flavor was more of a lavender and plum with a little bit of bitterness on the finish. It was refreshing, it wasn't too heavy, and as we were drinking it, we thought it would be great with a wide variety of foods like chicken or tacos or things of that nature.
Next up was Bad Motivator IPA, which is brewed by Sierra Nevada. It is a tropical IPA with Galaxy and Comet hops. Had a pale amber color, white head. It was bubbly. A bit more bitter flavor than citrus. Bitter nose, lingering bitter mouthfeel, bitter. Had a hoppy, earthy flavor, and it was okay.
Yeah, not my personal favorite, but it wasn't a bad beer.
Yeah.
Next up was the White Wampa Ale. This was brewed by Ballast Point Brewing Company and is a Hefeweizen actually in style. You do get a lot of those Hefe aromas on the nose, that banana, that clove, very nice and cloudy like you would expect. You did catch that banana and clove flavor with a touch of citrus and a little touch of sweetness to it as well. It had really nice, beautiful, tight bubbles, almost like an Unleashed beer, but it was obviously not. The bubbles just kept going and going and going, so it was really light and refreshing, tasty, and fun.
Yeah, this is a good beer. Lastly, we had the Gammorean Ale, brewed by New Belgian Brewing Company. It's a red ale. It was amber, bubbly, a little musty, hoppy nose, a musty flavor to it. Maybe it was a grapefruit we were picking up there. It's hop forward with caramel undertones and had more mustiness on the finish, but it wasn't unpleasant.
Yeah, I actually, we keep saying musty like it was a bad thing. It was just a different kind of flavor, and I actually didn't mind it. Greg, what was your favorite beer in this flight?
My favorite beer was the White Wampa Ale, for sure. I did think it was tasty and refreshing. And at that time of day, it was, I think, the beer I would have just ordered to drink.
Yeah, it was kind of like breakfast, with bananas. No, that was definitely my favorite in the flight as well. I did like the Golden Ale too. I don't know that I would order the Gammorean again, but it was nice to try. I would certainly recommend at least giving it a chance. So next we went across the Esplanade into Disney's California Adventure to check out the Avengers campus and get some drinks at Pimm's Tasting Lab.
Avengers campus is themed as a Stark Industries plant and Strategic Science Reserve Complex with Web Slingers and a Guardians of the Galaxy ride. We saw many Avengers hanging out there, including Carol Danvers' Captain Marvel, Shang-Chi, the Dora Milaje, Ant-Man, Spider-Man, Black Widow, and Black Panther. According to the Disneyland website, Tasting Lab is an innovative beverage laboratory including specialty craft beers and cocktails. They have beer cocktails, beer and wines. We did the pint-size pints mini beer flight.
Pint-size mini beer flight is really cute. It comes on a little ruler board with tiny little beer mugs that you get to take home. It's all plastic material, but it's pretty good quality. It's $35, and you get 4 4-ounce pours, or the drinks are $12 each if you wanted to put together your own tasting like we did at Oga's Cantina.
Yep. So we started our tasting with Endless Summer Hard Seltzer. It was clear and bubbly with a citrus orange on the nose. It had kind of a POG or passion fruit orange and guava flavor. It was nice and light, refreshing, and it was great on a hot day. I would probably drink 100 of these.
Yeah, when we were there, it was a hot day. The sun was beating pretty hard, and we really, really enjoyed this. It was nice. I went down a little bit too easy. Next up, we tried the SLO Brew Cali-Squeeze Blood Orange Hefeweizen. This was a really dark, deep, peachy color. It was a beautiful orange on the nose. It was fruit forward. It had a nice, creamy mouthfeel. There were heavy wheat undertones that we got, but the blood orange flavor was really the star. There was no bitterness to this, which I would expect sometimes with an orange flavor. It was highly, highly enjoyable. And this was kind of like tasting with a show, because as we were tasting all of these beers, the characters were all performing on the building in front of us. It was really a lot of fun to go through this entire experience like that.
Yeah, it was great to sit in the beer garden watching, what was it, Black Widow fight Taskmaster or something like that.
Yeah, and I think at some point Black Panther showed up to assist. It was really great.
Yep. Next up, Elysian Space Dust IPA. Citrus hops on the nose, citrusy flavor with bitterness on the finish. It's definitely a West Coast IPA style. Complex with citrus hops, first followed by bitterness. This is a staple of a lot of different bars around Disneyland and Disney World, and I know Elysian's Space Dust is available at a lot of places. So it wasn't really a standout, but generally a pretty consistently good IPA.
Of course, not my favorite. West Coast IPAs are probably my least favorite IPAs, but it's definitely very popular. Lots of people love this one. Next up was the Garage Marshmallow Milk Stout. This one had sweet milk and marshmallow on the nose. Very, very sweet. The flavor was the same, tasted of sweet milk and marshmallow. It was 1 gram cracker short of s'mores. It had a creamy, lingering aftertaste. Again, not my very favorite, but I can see how that would appeal to people.
Yeah, and I know you don't like things that taste like things, but I think that this was definitely going for a s'mores kind of feel, and they nailed it pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, the beer accomplishes and tastes like what they say it tastes like, so kudos to them for that. Greg, which one was your favorite here?
My favorite was the Endless Summer Hard Seltzer. It was definitely refreshing. Like I said, I could have drank 100 of these things. It was perfect for the day we were there. What about you, Jen?
My favorite was the SLO Brew Cali-Squeeze Blood Orange Hefeweizen.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you would like to receive notifications.
Well, that'll do it for us today. For Flights or Growlers, I'm Jen.
I'm Greg,
and we'll see you at the brewery.